Industry's most ambitious startup, aiming to change travel forever with a fleet of Airbus A380s. Now that the airline has performed its first transatlantic flight thanks to Hi-Fly, what is next for it? And why do so many believe that it is still in trouble? Well, first of all, who are Global Airlines? If you haven't heard about them, they're a British startup that hopes to bring back the golden age of air travel by operating ultra-high capacity aircraft such as the A380 from UK destinations to right around the world. Initially breaking headlines with things such as a gaming class and other ambitious endeavors, the company quickly became a hot topic of conversation due to, maybe you'd argue, its unrealistic hopes. After it became clear the company would not be able to get off the ground with its own personnel, Global Airlines made the decision to partner with Hi-Fly to serve its operations. While Hi-Fly remains an absolutely established company in the aviation sector, its experience with the A380 could hardly be perceived as a success. In fact, it was very much a disaster that resulted in the removal of the one lone unit, which had been operating for many reasons. Didn't really work out though. Despite adversity, Global Airlines has remained confident, as it would do, that it will have no problem filling its aircraft on a continued basis and growing its fleet in time. Moreover, facing competition from legacy carriers who can offer far greater perks and a more robust service on some of the busiest routes, it's not really a concern. They believe it'll be okay. They're hardly also targeting a niche market or those that are underserved or unserved. Instead, it's going straight for some of your major international routes, even low-cost established companies that have miserably failed to compete on. The weird business model is where I want to go next. Their business model remains one of the weirder elements of the business that has made little to no sense right from the beginning. Operating at the moment exclusively with the Airbus A380 raises multiple concerns. The A380 is iconic, it's loved by passengers, and it is the world's largest passenger plane, a 4-engined aircraft destined for high-capacity long-haul routes. But its operational costs are significantly higher than those of more modern fuel-efficient twin-engine jets that airlines have begun adopting more recently. Many major airlines have already phased out or reduced A380 operations due to high fuel consumption, maintenance costs, and limited airport compatibility. While some airlines have welcomed back the 380, this is a limited number of customers, and most are adopting this approach as a short-term solution to mitigate capacity constraints driven by aircraft delivery delays. Profitability is also a primary concern. On a regular basis, filling hundreds of seats is difficult without strong and sustained demand. Moreover, the shift towards point-to-point travel and smaller, flexible aircraft makes Global Airlines' hub-focused model a risky endeavor to follow through with. Global Airlines does not have a diversified fleet to operate fleet options at this stage, and as a result, the startup does lack the flexibility to serve a lower demand routes in a profitable manner. Competition from established carriers with newer fleets, better global networks compounds the challenge. While the A380 may offer a unique onboard experience, Global Airlines' reliance on a single expensive aircraft type makes its business model all that more questionable. Analysts have argued that the business model is unsustainable and has been from the beginning, but Global Airlines persists. To the credit of Global Airlines, the startup got its A380, albeit with the help of Hi-Fly, off the ground with its first transatlantic flight operating between Glasgow and New York JFK. The aircraft departed at 11 a.m. local time on Thursday, May 14, 2025, and helped mark an essential step in the new airline's continued launch process. However, the flight for those on board quickly highlighted the many issues with the business, some to be teething and some to be maybe more of a broader concern. First and foremost, based on reviews and those aboard, the seats sold were very low. Moreover, many aboard the aircraft were influencers and/or travel bloggers, not paying customers. The fanfare was high, but not enough to sell what is reported even 200 seats. The special A380 flights will be operated again by Hi-Fly rather than Global Airlines, and look at focusing in on New York JFK as an arrival flight. The odd thing as well, these flights aren't going to return on the same day or even the next day. They'll spend 4 days on the ground at their end destination. The second part of the initial route map shows departures from Manchester, and onlookers have really questioned the purpose of these journeys. Analysts argue that they are more of a business case and charter flights to prove that investments should be made for the future of Global Airlines. But what is next for this startup? Well, according to those close to the industry, there are many unknowns moments as the airline fights for its life to prove it as a business case. Go on forum. You'll be hard-pressed to see really any positives surrounding this company, many believing it is a complete and utter scam. A lackluster first flight, which was incredibly empty, and no schedule moving forward, suggests that internally there are also many uncertainties. The airline's CEO has continued to counter the narrative that its business case isn't solid, instead opting to prove doubters wrong, who believed that it wouldn't get off the ground at all, and to their credit, they have been able to do that in some capacity. But for the moment, its charter flights remain nothing but charter flights operated by Hi-Fly, and actually being profitable and operating a routine schedule is something entirely different. The founder did go on to state that no day is guaranteed, and they'll continue moving forward, trying to find the best ways to develop their business in the coming months and hopefully years ahead. Global Airlines' website remains down for now, but a new site is expected to launch soon. The company says it'll return soon with a new website and news on when first flights to New York JFK will take place. Looking like in that regard, we're talking about an actual firm schedule. Keen to hear your take on this airline. Which camp are you in? Are you pleased to see they've actually got a flight away, even if it is a charter, more investment type flight? Or are you in the camp that believes it is a complete and utter scam and should not be taken seriously? Let me know down below in the comments. Thank you very much for your support here on the channel. Please take care, do be safe, and I'll see you next time.